store. Adani activists arrested at a bank protest. Residents shiver through a cold snap. And the Cowboys head off for their clash with the Eels. Join us for all the details of these stories in 7 News tonight from 6. Ahead in 7 News tonight, owners of a motorbike store are fuming after their business was broken into twice in 2 nights. Around $80,000 worth of stock was stolen with a damage bill in the tens of thousands.
It's pretty heartbreaking. You know, we're a small business. I'm a local guide.
10 people protesting against the Adani coal mine arrested at a bank rally in Brisbane. And the Cowboys prepare to take on the Eels. Join us for all the details of these stories tonight from 6. Tonight, thieves target a motorbike shop 2 nights in a row.
Adani activists arrested at a bank protest.
A car collides with a police van.
And a charity leads the way in the war on waste.
Across Townsville and North Queensland, this is 7 News with Rob Bruff and Joanne Desmond.
Good evening, thanks for joining us.
Good evening.
Staff at a Harley-Davidson store in Mount Louisa are reeling after being raided by thieves 2 days in a row. Tens of thousands of dollars worth of vehicles have been stolen in the robberies.
10 activists have been arrested at an anti-Adani protest outside the Commonwealth Bank in Brisbane. The environmentalists were led off peacefully by police. They're calling on the bank to rule out funding for the Carmichael coal mine.
And a police car has been involved in a traffic crash. The police van was hit by a silver car when it was going through a set of traffic lights at the intersection of Ingham Road and Hugh Street.
New figures have revealed more than 2,000 North Queensland children under the age of 5 haven't been vaccinated. The Health Minister was in Townsville today talking about sun protection, but warned about the deadly consequences of not keeping immunisations up to date.
North Queenslanders woke to a chill in the air this morning. Townsville recorded 8.9 degrees just before 7 a.m. That's about 5 degrees below the average minimum temperature for this time of year. But it was far from the record of just 4.4 degrees for June. The Weather Bureau says the cold snap is expected to stick around for the next few days, with minimums of around 10 or 11 expected. Conditions should start to warm up again on Sunday.
Pictures of the Whitsundays and Great Barrier Reef are on display around Paris to encourage tourists back to the areas affected by Cyclone Debbie.
Townsville's St Vincent de Paul Society has become the first in the state to do away with plastic bags. The state government's plastic bag ban won't take effect until next year, but Vinnie's has decided to lead the way.
A group of emergency service personnel have hit the road, aiming to pedal their way to Cairns to raise money for the Children's Hospital Foundation. The fireys, police and paramedics are hoping to hand over $70,000 to the charity.
Great cause, we wish them well. Ahead tonight in 7 News, a look at what's on around town this weekend.
And a mum who lost her son wants men to stop being silent about mental health. Nice having you with us on 7 News. Mother whose 18-year-old son took his own life is encouraging young men to start a conversation about mental health. A new campaign has revealed less than 15% of young men seek help.
Well, now it's time to take a look at what's happening around North Queensland this weekend.
If you ever wanted to explore the wondrous Great Barrier Reef around Palm Island, now's your chance. Sea-Link is offering trips to the island. And if you have anything you'd like to run on the What's On segment, email us at localnews@7.com.au.
Okay, let's get into sport now. Nathan, another Heat star mate struggling with injury.
Yeah, look, Bruffy sharpshooter Peter Crawford is battling to be fit for Saturday night's state basketball game against Toowoomba. We'll have more next. And Jonathan Thurston's odds of a Cowboys return improve as he heads to Darwin. Welcome back to 7 News. Cowboys coach Paul Green is quietly optimistic about Jonathan Thurston returning from injury against Parramatta on Saturday night after the co-captain's shoulder responded well to this week's contact work. He was on the flight to Darwin this afternoon, along with a very happy Scott Bolton, who re-signed with the club today. The Townsville Blackhawks prop depth has taken a blow with English front rower Lee Jewett leaving the Intrust Super Cup club. The 30-year-old, who had an injury-interrupted stint in the north, has returned to England to join Super League club Hull KR. Townsville Heat players may be banned from playing local league basketball after 2 more stars were hurt in the lead-up to Saturday night's battle with Toowoomba. Former Olympian Peter Crawford sprained his ankle, putting him in serious doubt for the clash. Well, we'll see what happens with JT tomorrow. Paul Green saying he recovered better than expected. Fingers crossed he might be out there.
OK, mate.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Thank you, Nate.
Let's stay with us after the break. Livio has all the weather outlook for us, and Scotty Hillier has our fishing report.
This weather report brought to you by Endeavour Foundation. Real possibilities.
Good evening, Livia Regano with tonight's weather. Well, today was a decidedly cool day right across Queensland. Single-digit temperatures last night, even in the coastal tropics, and of course sub-zero on the Darling Downs. We'll probably reach a climax with a cold snap around about now or maybe tomorrow, and then slowly warming up through the weekend. Temperatures today across the Herbert Burdekin, Townsville, a range of 9 to 23 degrees. That's a chilly night. 36% humidity only. Air had a top of 24, Charters Towers only 22. Now to the satellite loop. Of course, to get the coldest nights, you need clear sky. That's the basic recipe, and we're all familiar with that. And of course, there's no cloud at all to be seen in Queensland, or very little. That's allowed all the heat to escape last night, produce those very low minimum temperatures. A little bit of cloud just offshore from the northern New South Wales coast, not really interfering with Queensland's weather. Now today's chart. It's really nothing unusual about it, just a classic midwinter pattern. We've got a continental high just sitting pretty close to Adelaide. You've got a low that's digging its way into the Tasman Sea, and that's causing the winds to take more of a southwesterly direction rather than southeasterly. So they're land-based and they're dry and they're cool, and they're propelling the cool air slowly right up to the northern tropics. Tomorrow's chart won't look too much different. The low starts to basically phase out a little bit, gradually turning the wind more easterly, but it won't be until the weekend that it'll start to warm up. Now the latest from the Weather Bureau. Boating forecast for Townsville waters. A bit of wind on the water tomorrow. Southeasterlies up to 20 knots, but then not much change over the weekend. Big tides tomorrow with a full moon. The highs rolling in about 8:20 in the morning and a low not long before school pickup time. Now the Herbert and Burdekin, a sunny day tomorrow. A little bit of an early morning frost. Goodness me. Townsville, a range of 9 to 24 degrees, pretty much the same as today. Same for Ayr. Ingham, a range of 10 to 23. Northern Goldfields and Upper Flinders, also sunny with morning frost in the southwest. Charters Towers, 22 degrees. Georgetown, a range of 10 to 26. Looking ahead for Townsville, a possible rogue shower on Sunday, I should say, but otherwise it's going to be pretty spectacular weather, mostly sunny, mid to high 20s. Due to popular demand, I'm going to explain again why snow is such a rare thing in Queensland, even though temperatures do often fall below freezing. Falling snow can only survive to sea level when the air temperature is less than about 4 degrees. If it's any warmer, the snow melts before reaching the ground and we get sleet or rain. You've probably noticed in Queensland it only ever drops below freezing on clear nights when heat can easily escape into space. Problem is, you need cloud to get snow, and cloud acts like a blanket at night, instantly raising the temperature, so the mercury never makes it to the magic 4 degrees. Have a terrific evening, folks. Hope you can make it again tomorrow. Now it's over to Scott Healy with the fishing report.
Yeah, good on you, mate. Cool conditions sees that water temperature continue to drop. Now, one species that love this are the bream. They've been around in pretty good numbers and well worth chasing this weekend. Here's a couple of tips. Spots worth a shot over the weekend: the Casino Rock Wall, the Stream Jetty, along with Cattle Creek. Have a top weekend.
Lovely. Thanks for that, Scotty. And that's all from us for tonight. Thanks very much for your company.
Just a reminder, if you missed anything, we have a replay of our news on 7:2 in a moment. Otherwise, we'll catch you tomorrow night. Good night.
Good night.